Hello, welcome to our special Breeders' Cup preview programme here on At The Races. Let's kick off with the final race on Saturday night, the big one itself, the $5 million Breeders' Cup Classic. We may not have a superstar or the likes of Curlin or Zenyatta lining up, but it's still a very, very good lineup for one of the world's richest races. When Game On Dude will be set to go off favourite here for Bob Baffert and Rafael Bejarano, of course second behind Drosselmeyer last year. Bejarano taking over in the saddle from Chantal Sutherland on board Game On Dude. Looks like going off favourite here. Other interesting runners, Flat Out is a horse who's got some excellent form on the dirt. And the likes of Rom the Greek, Macho Man, To Honour and Serve as well, who's got the wide drawing gate 12 for Bill Mott, and John Velasquez there as well. 14 entered up for the Breeders' Cup Classic on Saturday. 1.25 miles they're going here. We'll have a look at some of the prices for this race as well. And Game On Dude is the clear favourite at 2-1. At the moment. Flat Out is a 6-1 chance here. Flat Out, who was a winner, of course, last time out at Group 1 level at Belmont. 8-1 about Ron the Greek and Macho Man. It's then 9-1 Fort Land. I thought the horse could go well, Fort Land. He won the Whitney, of course, earlier on in the season. Jason, I think he's a horse who's got a chance here, but I know that you quite like the chance of the favourite Game On Dude here.
Yeah, I mean, he's a remarkable individual, Game On Dude, and the more that you get into the form of this horse, the way that sometimes he's just been put forward in his races on a couple of occasions and then actually gone for home a long, long way down, and that has not been absolutely ideal as far as he is concerned.
Last year, Jason, he looked the winner here, didn't he? When he got to the front, you thought, yeah, he's going to go on and win it, and it was only in the final bound that Drosselmeyer, who was in the white out very wide for Mike Smith, just collars Chantal in the final few strides.
Yeah, of course, he went off, click through 3/4 in 1:12, and I thought he ran a remarkable race. It's only after this, Enzo, I mean, he gets nailed by Drosselmeyer late on. He just has bobbed a little bit in the final few strides, but you tend to think that had he just been held on to a little bit, I know that he managed to make all under his new pilot last time, but I just feel that the trigger has been pulled a touch early with him. Watching him on the training, on the Santa Anita main track, training throughout the week, leading up to this, of course, he just looks the ultimate professional. You watch him even in his slower galloping action round the turns at Santa Anita, very professional out on the leads. He's absolutely picture perfect with his leads.
OK, that's Game On Dude. I mean, Flat Out's another horse, Jason, we need to give a mention to as well. He, of course, was in this race last year. He was 5th, wasn't he? Beaten 3 lengths behind Drosselmeyer last year. The horse I quite like is Fort Land, who's here in the maroon colours. This is some form we've got of Flat Out in action here, as you can see. And they're involved here with Fort Land. This was another Grade 1 race, of course, so it's
form has been turned around. The pair of them have taken turns in beating each other the last twice they've been out, between Flat Out and Fort Learned. You know, it was a very, very gutsy performance, and he gets up right on top of the jamstick there. Flat Out. Bill Mott, excellent record, of course. Joe Rosario on board. I don't know. I just think that, you know, he was back down over shorter trips previously, running the likes against of Wise Dan, who's going to be one of the money favourites a little bit earlier on the card. But no, for me, I think he's got he needs to step up again, Flat Out.
Macho Man is a horse we need to have a look at as well. He was second, of course, at Saratoga in the Woodward Stakes. Here it is now behind To Honour and Serve here, Jason. Stay Thirsty was behind them in this race, but Macho Man only beaten the neck this day beaten 6 lengths by To Honour and Serve. It was a good run. Having said that, though, he was sent off odds on to win this race.
He had every chance to go and win the contest, and for me, I don't know whether he just managed to hang the latch a little bit. We know that he'd been tucked in behind, he'd been eating dirt all of the way round. Macho Man, he's previously been very much a favourite of mine, able to be pretty flexible and go handy. Just maybe they held on to him a little bit too much last time, and it disappointed him. Of course, on that occasion, Macho Man, To Honour and Serve, John Velasquez will be locking horns again with him in the Classic.
OK, so they're the main protagonists. I mean, outside of those, Alpha's a big price here for Godolphin, Ramon Dominguez and Kieran McLaughlin. He was their Classic hopeful, wasn't he, earlier in the season? Look,
I mean, when you get outside of the well, for me, I think that he's probably one of the strongest on the card over the 2 days. Game On Dude, he's got a new pilot on his back, Rafael Bejarano. He took him back. He didn't have to go forward when he managed to win last time. Led into the lane when he gets down the bottom end, and he kicked clear for a 3 1/4 length success. Interesting listening to Bob Baffert in the lead up to this. Says that he seems to be a changed individual since the switch in rider. Rafael just gets him to switch off and relax into a real nice rhythm. If he can do that, they can just get him to just switch off, gear down a touch. He could be very impressive.
Okay, and of course Game On Dude did beat Nonion, one of the rivals on Saturday, didn't he, in that Awesome Again stakes last time out. What about the previous winners? We'll look at the draw as well. When the race has been run at Santa Anita, of course, Zenyatta victorious in this race, so 3 years ago now, and of course famously failed narrowly in 2010 for John Sheriff's. Ravens Pass, of course, when this was on the pro ride for John Gosden back in 08.
We're back, of course, switched on to the dirt now, recently resurfaced over at Santa Anita. Pleasantly Perfect, Dick Mandela, he was an absolute superstar, wasn't he? And the biggest upset, just about, wasn't it? Arcangez, who managed to win for Andre Farb.
Yeah, out of stall 13 at a massive price back in 1993. So, I mean, are you worried about the draw if you were Macho Man or To Honour and Serve fans? I mean, out in 11 and 12, would it be a massive problem?
I don't think it. Look, people will knock the draw of horses being drawn really wide on the track. They're down in the chute, down towards the barn area where the local runners will know they go on and off to the track basically in morning workouts. But they've got an awful long time all the way from that chute right the way down past the winning line to get into a decent spot. There are a few pace angles in here. The good thing that I took from listening to Bob Baffert was that his horse is relaxed again now. We're not knocking Chantal Sutherland, but we do feel that the rider switch is going to be a big, big positive.
So you're very much a Game On Dude fan for the Classic?
Massive.
Okay. I'll stick with Fort Larn, the Whitney winner. I don't think it was at his best when we saw him in there behind Flat Out last time out, so I'm going to go with Fort Larn here, and Jason with Game On Dude for the Breeders' Cup Classic. That, of course, is the big one on Saturday night.